What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Live, Regret, Repeat podcast. As always, I am Dan. I'm joined here by Yain and Dugan, and let's get into this. So our first topic today is going to be, as Dugan can already tell, camp life. And like I just mentioned, he is the one that's the most qualified to talk about this. So Dugan, why is that?
I didn't know you just mentioned that. Well, shit. Yeah, camping, sleeping in the woods.
Yes.
Fires. Honestly, camping is probably one of the greatest things you can do.
You're into it, definitely.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Now, when
camping...
you... Go on.
No, I was going to say, camping's one of those things where if you're tired of the hustle and bustle of the suburban life...
Of big city, New York City life, as we know, definitely not. So, when 100%. You go camping, you're not in tents for the most part, right? You're like in log cabins or whatever?
No, I'm a tent hammock guy.
But like when you're working, isn't that cabins?
Oh yeah, when I do work at a summer camp, and yes, last summer I stayed in a tent, but I'm trying to stay in like a 4-man cabin this year.
Oh, I thought you were always in cabins. That's actually news to me.
Yeah, okay. Nah, I chose the tent life.
Fancy stuff. I mean, I'm not a huge camper. I do enjoy it. I like technology too much to camp a lot. Me and Yain here went camping years ago up in upstate New York. And we had some fun. We were there to do a 5K run, but I decided to blow out my leg the summer before that, so I didn't participate. And we definitely had a lot of fun up there. One of the things, I discovered GTA 4 the night before. We left at like 5 a.m. the next morning, and none of us slept. Maybe we got like 30 minutes or so, but none of us ended up sleeping there. So by the end of the day, or maybe the second day there, I was so exhausted, and I was given like Monster at this 5K run as we were sitting there waiting, that I was like freaking out at the tent. Like I think I was getting sick or something, but I ended up like talking to Yain's dad to say like, hey, let's get out of here. Like I need to get out of here. Can I call my parents? So we had to drive probably a good 10 minutes down the road to basically get any cell signal, that type of thing. So once we finally got there, got a hold of my parents. But the funny thing was that when I left, both of them were still asleep. Yain and another friend we were there with. So they had no idea. And this was when Slenderman and everything was a huge thing. So it was like, oh, well, Slenderman got Danny. So that's the end of that.
Well, he's gone.
Yeah, just missed him.
Dude, they're making a Slender movie.
They are. I saw it. It looks pretty good, but I don't think it's going to be a good.
Confusing as fuck, dude.
Nah,
it's something that should have came out years ago, and they're just bringing it now, so it's a dead meme.
Yeah, that's why I think it's almost going to be completely horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it does take a while to make a movie, but I feel like it's too long.
10 years?
Yeah, I was going to say, Slenderman came out, what, 08, 09?
Is it that old? I thought it was more like 2012. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, 2012 I think it was. Shit.
Okay. That's what.
Still, 6 years of a meme.
Yeah, it's definitely a while that it's been. I mean, it doesn't look like a terrible... It looks like it'll be entertaining, but a bad, like, movie if you look at it from distance.
Yeah, the youngins won't know what it is.
Yeah,
it's more for people like us.
Young whippersnappers. Oh, another thing that happened in New York. Tell them about our toast story, or I should say your toast story,
Yain. Why does this sound fantastic?
We were at a diner, fancy place.
Yes.
And basically, I've never really been... I was young enough not to like, have really gone to a breakfast diner type thing.
He was 25.
Breakfast setting.
He was 30 at the time.
When whatever, they ask whatever toast you want. I then just responded, I want my toast toasted, because I thought that's what they were asking, like how I wanted my bread, whatever. I was like, it's toasted, yeah.
You see, our boy Yain's not from America.
He's not. Well, he is. He was born here, but...
He was born in Uganda?
Definitely. A certain knuckle variety of folk.
Yeah, I am the queen.
Memes.
Yeah, definitely.
He is known as Duckweed.
Yes, Duckweed.
Okay,
yeah, so basically,
so
ever since that happened, we've always slammed him with toast and everything. So I guess talking about where Yain was theoretically born, what are some places you guys would want to visit before you die? I know where I want to go, but what about you guys?
Sure, I would like to go to the Paradise City.
I feel like there's a song written about that.
That's
definitely not the words.
The grass. It's one where the grass is green.
Yes.
And Duckweed has titties.
God, no.
Was it a sheep? God.
Yeah, the sheep. Well, speaking of sheep, where do you want to go, Yain?
I want to travel the world, getting radiation,
Yeah,
obviously Chernobyl.
yeah. So you've been on this rant
Right.
for, I don't know, the
Fucking
past week or
Chernobyl.
so, because we were talking. We spent a day like looking at travel prices and stuff, basically just for the hell of it. But he was like, "Do you know where I want to go?" And it's a brilliant idea. Chernobyl. They just put that concrete box around the reactor. It's definitely safe now, and apparently it actually is safe from the research he's been doing. But I have like, it would be cool to go, but only if I was in a full-blown hazmat suit and like there for safety. I don't think I'd go there just for fun.
The thing is that tourist groups that basically take you in there because you need to be like certified to go in by the Ukrainian government.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
so
it's
like
like
they
going-
bring you in saying you're scientists or engineers or something. That's what I heard. At
So
least.
what are we? How do we get in? What's our cover story?
But no, they
we
do it for
sneak
you.
in through. We sneak in.
What do you mean?
We sneak in.
Right.
Oh,
via
they're the
duffel
guides
bags.
are scientists. The guides
Yeah,
are
like
the scientists.
they bring you in saying you're assistants or something
Okay,
or something of that.
and then they kind of just help you out. Wait, so
Yeah, I guess
wait, explain that better.
like you just sign up for a tour ride, and I'm guessing what I heard or read was they say like you're assistants to their scientific research or something,
Oh, so it's like
and
a
Ukraine is just fine with it.
gotcha. So it's like a third-party group that said, "Yeah, you guys are now scientists."
Yeah, or
Okay.
assistants.
Okay, well
Nothing official.
that kind
And
of
then you just go in, and then they know where all the hot spots are, so they just speed through their zones.
Oh, they
okay.
can show you where the elephant's foot is.
Yes, I think that's what
And-
is probably off limits. I would hope.
Oh yeah.
They know where it's safe, so it's just,
Okay.
hey, explore this house.
So it's not just, hey, I'm here for my vlog. I'm gonna go run in here and explore abandoned places.
I'm
And...
gonna go and find a body in the
Dead body.
woods.
Yeah.
Find a
Oh
body.
no.
Found a body in the concrete jungle that is Chernobyl.
Yeah. This is what YouTube did. They're like, okay, Logan, you made a mistake. Go to Chernobyl for 3 months. Think about what you did. You can make vlogs there. Then when you come back, we may let you have your channel back.
We may give you your YouTube Red series back.
Yes, your Logan can be complete there. I know.
Maverick.
I would definitely want to go to Ireland because I am Irish, specifically the Guinness factory. I feel like that would be awesome just to go there and kind of experience what Ireland has to offer because it's mostly countryside. Ireland,
Oh, yeah,
but
dude.
definitely like the Guinness factory, the cities and stuff. It would just be really
In
cool
Dublin?
to see that. Yeah, Dublin, all those
Dublin.
great areas. What about
I-
you, Dugan?
Dude, I'm what's known as trash, so I would love to go to Japan.
Oh no,
We fuck.
yeah.
Yeah.
What interests you about that?
Honestly, I love the culture.
What about the culture?
They're very, what's the word? To themselves. They're not like
Antisocial?
No, in a way.
Yes.
They're not like Americans where we're all like outgoing, open-minded, and outspoken, I guess you could say.
You're not wrong.
They're
Go on.
they're just very fuck you, Dan. They're just very to themselves, to their families, and that's about it.
One thing I've seen about like just watching random things on YouTube about like the Japanese and stuff, they are very mindful of other people. Like everything they do is like when you are on an elevator, they stay to the right so people who want to go faster can go down to the left. Like it's just those simple things that they do that is common decency that doesn't exist anywhere else that seems to
That's-
really help.
They have a different moral code than what we have.
They do. They are very honorable and very private with things. That's why the whole Logan Paul thing was such a massive deal. Because
Dude.
they consider death and especially like suicide and stuff as a, I don't want to say taboo, but it's a very private issue. It's not a glorified as it is. No, I don't want to say it's glorified here, but it's definitely very different.
I don't know, 6 million views. It sounds kind of glorified to me.
Yeah, it's
Sure. I do want to say though, with the left and right on the escalator thing,
yes.
that does happen in Britain. Like when I went to Britain for a while, they were doing that in the tube,
Hmm.
and it just kind of like interested me. It's like this would never happen in America.
Okay, so maybe we just suck.
Yeah, it's probably just us.
I think we're just the one that cause all of the world's problems, basically. So what do you have planned for this summer, Ryan? I heard you have a trip. that's being
I'm gonna
thought
go to
about.
Paris,
Mhm.
Sicily, and I may be going to England. So I'm probably gonna go to the Guinness factory just to fuck you over.
Newsflash, Ryan. The Guinness factory is in Ireland, not in England.
Yeah, I can take a
Simple, right?
fucking ferry.
We've been friends for 13 years, and there's never been more of a point where I've considered just saying fuck off than what just happened.
Wow.
And I know that's going to solidify your reason to go now. So when
Yeah.
you go, can you bring me back something out of like a glass or something, just as a little memento?
Bring him back.
Or
at
you
20.
know, bring me too if you want to do that. I'm all for it.
I mean, if you want, you can meet me in Heathrow Airport.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'll just drop the 2 or 3 grand.
What is it? It's like breaks. What, 600, 700?
Oh, the
for
flight,
economy?
yeah. So I'll just go
Yeah.
for a day.
Yeah.
I want to fly for 2 days to get there for 1 day. Brilliant.
Day
Yeah.
trip.
Yeah, day trip. Let's go.
Oh boy.
It's definitely
You don't even need it back then.
yeah,
Just like, keep a stick of deodorant in your pocket.
yeah. I'll just get one of those $30,000 United what is it, Emirates Airlines where they have
Oh
the
yeah,
shower
United
built in.
Emirates.
That whole like suite thing. It's like and I'll just take a shower on
Oh,
the plane.
yeah.
Dude.
I'm going there for a $3 glass, but this is what I have to do on the thing. And
Fucking worth it.
I'm sure that would definitely be fun. This is another thing me and you somewhat disagree with travel. When I go somewhere, I don't want to do anything luxurious, but I want to stay at like the equivalent of like a Holiday Inn, just something that's like basic amenities. You are more along the line of let's just go to a room with 40 other people in it with cots that may kill you, just to save money.
A bit, yeah. Well, I actually have now found hotels where it's like $20 a night, and it's like, okay,
Okay,
sweet.
so that's kind of a good middle ground. It's like if
Yeah,
I'm on
like, it's
vacation,
a
I
bad
don't want to
visit.
be bumming it. I don't need to blow money, but I don't want to also be like being miserable while I'm there. Like the point is to have fun and kind of relax.
Well, my thing is, it's like you're there for the, place. You're not there for the room. So
That's true.
all you really need is a bed, and not even almost, and a lock on the door so you can keep your stuff safe.
Yeah.
Other than that, you can just bugger off to
I just
whatever.
feel like at the point when you're with 20 or 40 other people, that's just I would hate that. Like
Yeah,
ready
no,
to
like, that would be like last resort. I
scum
feel
of the
like.
earth.
Yeah.
Just terrible.
Wow.
People basically you're with. Yeah, that wouldn't be.
Yeah, we're
great.
talking about
Wow.
you, Connor. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's all code. So the next topic here, we've got some a little game show you can call it. I don't know
Oh,
what it is. It's
shit.
basically a bit
Yeah.
about mythological creatures. So Yanni, explain to
Just-
us what this is.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a name of a mythological creature.
Mm-hmm.
It exists somewhere in the world. Not really, but people think it does.
Is this the
You're
world
gonna
or the
guess.
United States? Anywhere?
World, yes.
Okay, that's good.
And you're going to guess where in the world it is.
Okay.
Well, thank-
Bonus points that if it's in the US, you can guess the state.
Ooh.
Oh fuck.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know my states that well, man.
I don't know my alphabet either, so this is gonna be tough. Let's try it.
I don't know my numbers, so we all just make a whole idiot.
You really don't though.
Something's wrong and doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? First one.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
boy.
Kajanin.
Bless you.
Can you spell it, Alex?
Kaijin.
Can I get it in
know
a
my
sentence,
alphabet.
please?
Yes.
The Kajan attacked me in my sleep.
That was
Fuck.
actually pretty quick. I feel like that was in front of you. I'm gonna
No.
go with one of the Norwegian countries. Like, let's go with Sweden.
Can I get the definition of the animal?
I don't have it in front of me.
Ah, you're a failure. I'm going
Son
with
of a
Sweden.
bitch.
I just have the place.
Can you say the name again?
Kajan?
I'm saying somewhere in Asia.
Dugan's closest.
India.
Japan.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
Where
you
was
should've
it?
Known.
Japan.
Oh, booyah shaka.
Never do that again. Okay, what's next?
Good always. Okay, Gobster.
Gobster?
Yes.
Oh no.
What are you Googling it now?
Yeah, I should.
Can we get a description of it?
I think it's like an alligator type thing.
It's called a. Okay, I was expecting like fucking lobster boy or some shit.
I'm gonna go United States.
Dugan.
Lobster. Ah,
It
fuck it.
sounds-
Let's go Europe.
Sounds simple enough. Europe's not an answer. That's a continent.
You're a continent, bitch. Okay,
Absolutely.
fine. We'll go London.
It's a city.
Okay. Australia.
He was
Come on,
closer.
Tyke.
Wait. London's my country or whatever it is.
Yes.
London is my. England is my.
Name a
city.
country. Europe. That's a continent. London. That's a city. Well, you're 2 out of 3 down. What's left?
But England is my city. Alrighty. So what's the score?
0-0. Or Yai's
Shit.
winning, I guess.
Yeah, Jan's winning. Welcome back to the fucking LRR podcast where the points are made up and nothing fucking matters.
I feel like you got that from somewhere.
Life.
Oh yeah.
Thunder. Okay.
Good evening.
The giant anaconda.
Now, is that
This one's a
translated, or is
continent, I
that
should
the...
say.
He's setting me up for
Ooh,
something, and I
a
don't want to
continent?
fucking say it.
Yeah, it's a continent.
Africa.
Long dong silver.
Africa. Yeah, Africa's a continent. Africa.
I'm saying it, South America.
That was my...
Dugan's right.
Ah, I
Yeah.
should have guessed that! I thought that. I was like, it's either South America or Africa. I feel like it would be
Point
Africa.
1 to long dong silver.
I was just thinking,
Wait,
oh, there's a
you
lot of...
said Asia, though, didn't you?
I said
Wait.
Africa.
Oh, okay, never mind. Wow.
Doesn't matter,
I
Dan.
can't
You're still
hear.
fucking wrong.
You're not wrong.
You were.
You're not wrong either.
Got him. Boom, slaughtered.
Let's do one more.
Okay. Ghost deer.
Spell it.
Ghost
Yes.
deer.
Ghost deer.
Can I get it?
Okay, I got it now.
G space DEER.
Now, is that with any, like, squiggly lines on top? Any fancy pronunciations there?
I mean, if you want it to be there, you can.
Are there any
Stop stalling and give your
capitalizations?
fucking answer, Dan.
No, I need specifics. Are there any capitalizations anywhere, or...
I put one in the G and one in the D.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh
That does
my.
change it, because certain continents don't use capital letters. I'm bullshitting. Maybe I'm right. Country
Can we
we're
get
going
a
for with this one?
description? Can we get a description?
Country, yeah. I don't have a description.
It's a deer that's like a ghost. They put a sheet on top
Fuck,
of
dude.
it, and it goes, ooh, spooky.
Now, is that a translated?
Yeah, that's what
I
was
don't
gonna
know,
do.
is it?
I don't know. I don't have the fucking thing in front of me.
It's your point to guess.
Who does deers?
Fucking hell.
Ghost deer.
I mean, no matter what, if Dan gets it, it's a tie. If I get it, fucking shutout.
India.
Ghana.
Ghost deer. I'm saying Canada.
Okay, Ghana was closer, but it's America.
Ah,
United States of America. California is more Pacific.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they
Gee.
only had liberals in California, not deers. Interesting.
I was kind of hoping he would say Colorado. Obvious reasons as to why they're seeing ghost deer in fucking Colorado.
There's a couple more states now too, unfortunately.
Dude, is that a
God.
fucking deer?
No, dude,
Ah,
it's a ghost deer.
It's a ghost deer, bro.
Yeah, it's the apparition from all the smoking.
Yeah, we out here in
Baby's
Colorado
mother.
smoking fat doinks in Colorado.
No. So speaking of society progressing faster than it should, self-driving
Oh,
cars. So I am all about this. I absolutely love the idea of self-driving cars. Some of us in this chat are pretty goddamn privileged and don't know it. So
We're
one of
looking
us,
at you, mister.
Yayan,
White privilege.
was in a Tesla Model X and saw the T on the front. It's like, oh, that's definitely a Temple University from Philadelphia. That's what this car is. They made this car. Oh, the doors
Well, I mean,
go up on
Penn
the
State
side.
makes cars.
Do they?
The T.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
When I went there for the fucking walkthrough, they were talking about how they make there's like a mechanic thing, and it was a huge shop.
Mhm.
Well, I mean,
All I
Division
remember is
One
on
school
There's
Facebook
not
as
a
well.
brand of cars called Penn State cars, though.
I mean, it
I
might be like race
wish.
cars.
Okay, anyway, you were in a Tesla Model X in London, it was?
Yeah.
And you had no idea it was a Tesla.
No,
And
not until
took
we
you-
got into a Tesla charging station.
Yeah. Come on, man. Wait, did the
It had a
massive
T on the
screen
top.
not let you know, or the doors going up? Like, were you just, oh, this is neat, this is interesting, this is how they do
Nah,
it?
It's
I
a
just
fucking
thought the people-
DeLorean.
I thought the people who owned it were just like Bond villains or something, or just James Bond himself.
So in your mind, it's more probable that the people you met in London are James Bond than a car being electric.
Well, also, I was just thinking, like, they tried to show it to us by doing the creep thing, where it just goes forward by itself,
Okay,
without anyone being in the driver's seat.
yeah.
And it didn't work, so I was like, oh, okay, so, it's a new car, but it's not, like, top of the line, but apparently it is.
Yeah. So we need to basically learn things first and kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So what did they show you the creep function, or?
No, we were in a parking garage, and it didn't work.
Okay, so it didn't really do anything.
Yeah. I think the only thing they did was, like, the wings.
Okay. Because, I mean, it is pretty cool the technology they have, because that's kind of, I think a lot of the Teslas started with just, like, the creeping there, which is basically just pushing a button on
Forward.
your phone, and it's like, hey, I'm
Yeah.
going to go find you and not hopefully kill anyone.
Yeah. I know they were scared that, like, if, like, one of their kids got a hold of the their phone or something hit creep, and all of a sudden it runs over a guy whose fault is it?
Actually that's an incredibly interesting question because I've thought about that a lot, and the law doesn't really know what the answer to that is yet, and it's gonna take like you've seen anytime a Tesla gets into an accident, like there was just one a few days ago. It's something that the NTSB, the National Transportation Safety Board, that they today, Junior, that they come out to investigate. Because we're at the point now where you still need a driver for a car, but cars don't need drivers anymore. Some of them, like legally, they still do, but the technology's to the point where we don't need that. So it's going to change a lot of things. Insurance will be interesting because you're probably going to start to insure cars and not drivers, even though you kind of do that now. It'll be interesting seeing another thing like state versus federal rights is going to be very interesting because normally transportation is up to states to figure out licensing. This may have to be a federal issue just because a self-driving car it's going to be going across state lines. Have you guys seen the kind of idea with Teslas possibly like leasing them? Have you seen anything about that or?
Nah.
Nope.
Basically what it would be is your Tesla, it would be like an Airbnb, but for your car. So when you're not driving your car, people can basically rent it for the car. They're not driving it, they're just sitting in it, for the car to drive them places. So in theory, that is paying for your monthly bill for the Tesla itself. So that's kind of
yeah, I've seen that, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's like, that would be interesting to see how that can
So it's kind of like,
itself.
so in terms, it's kind of like being a pimp.
I mean,
You, like,
one could
hang
look
on,
at it that
let me
way.
explain.
Watch
Let me
your words here,
explain.
Dugan.
Let me explain.
Go on.
So, the car's your hoe.
Oh no.
Oh,
And we're
yes.
back. Sorry, we had to blur that out. No, I'm kidding.
So, okay, so the car's your hoe.
Mm-hmm.
You own the hoe,
Oh no, Dugan.
but you gotta rent it out to get money.
Dugan.
Are you speaking
I'm
from
just saying.
experience?
I'm
I
just
feel
saying.
like he is.
Hey,
Ah.
Maybe he was the hoe. Damn,
Big Daddy,
Big
Is that-
Doug on the Big Daddy Doug on these streets.
Is that why you had to move? You had to go away from your competition? There's
oh
less
shit! I've been bound.
there's less space. Oh no. Yeah, so self-driving
Boy,
cars
howdy.
in general, I absolutely love driving. I'm a car guy. I have a fun car to drive. Like, I'm all for it. But I also like the idea of self-driving cars for the technology involved. Like, I don't want a car that would only drive itself, but my dream car right now is a Tesla Model S P100D, which is the fastest version of the
Ladders.
Teslas, which will drive itself if you want it to, but it's also incredibly quick. It's 0 to 60 in, I think, 2-point-something seconds, just like incredibly fast. It's one of the, I think it's the fastest accelerating car, or it was for a while. And just you have instant torque with electric cars and everything, so it's really an awesome thing. But kind of the infrastructure around it has to change, and that also kind of has to deal with just all of the automation we have in general right now, because self-driving cars, they just announced the Tesla self-driving truck. That's going to be replacing truck drivers. I think from what I've seen, truck drivers are going to be the first profession that's entirely replaced by AI, with the exception of like people having to fix the trucks and everything, because that'll exist. So that's going to give us a lot of kind of social issues where how do these people make money now? Do we need to do universal income? I believe Bill Gates just came out and said that he thinks that's going to be necessary. We have stores like Amazon Go. Have you guys seen anything like that?
Yeah, I saw the video of the guy stealing tampons.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
a
I saw
great
that too.
Linus Tech
That's a
Tips.
great
He's
ass
awesome.
start.
Yeah, so basically what it is, it's this grocery store with, it's more of a convenience store, but it's a store with no employees. So basically you sign in with an Amazon Go app, and then you walk in the store, there's cameras everywhere, there's sensors everywhere, and you put your stuff in your cart, basically. You'll walk out the store, it automatically charges your account, and then you can leave. One of the things they were talking about in this video, if you haven't seen it, it's Linus Tech Tips put it up, who's a channel I love watching. But basically, when you walk out, you have the opportunity to return something if you don't like it. The issue is, when you return it, it's the honor system. You can say return, they exchange it in your account, and you can just walk away. You don't have to actually give it back to them. So I don't know if they maybe have some kind
Let's
of, like,
not give
accounting
people
system.
any ideas, Dan.
It's in the video. I'm not giving anyone new ideas. I'm just furthering the
okay.
idea.
I mean, that could be easily fixed.
Oh,
in
it
a
could
way.
be, yeah.
Just cut
like,
off their
you
hands.
have to scan something to make sure that before you get the money. Like,
I mean,
put it in
let's
one of
just-
those boxes.
But like, along with this, Dan, let's just be real, dude. Society's evolving, dude.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely. I
like
was
a bad game of fucking Pokemon.
I was just having a conversation with one of my coworkers who's about 55 or 60 years old, and I asked him the question because we were talking about this probably a week ago or so. But to me, it feels like society is progressing a lot quicker than it ever has before. And we're younger; we're all in that 1920 age bracket, so our version of history is textbook. So I was like, I'm not a good judge of this. But to you who have been alive for 55 years, does it feel like society's moved a lot quicker in the past 10 years than it has before? He thinks it has. I think technology, the internet, and everything in general is definitely the main focus of that. And just because of that, we've been able to just rapidly and kind of, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but just constantly always change with everything.
It's constantly evolving.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you said, the Amazon Go store. That's a prime example right there of us evolving. Soon we're going to be at the point we don't need employees.
No, and we're getting there.
I know I've told you this before, but robots, dude,
Mm-hmm.
the future. Robots don't need lunch breaks. Robots don't need bathroom breaks. Robots don't need to go home and see their families.
Nope. They
Robots
do better
don't
jobs.
need to pay bills.
Yeah, exactly. They do a better job. In the long run, they're cheaper. They're more efficient at doing it, and none of the negative aspects are there. If you are a low-skilled worker or just low-skilled person, our age or younger, you need to wake up. Because cashier jobs are not going to exist in probably 20 years. They're going to be very limited. All of that kind of stuff, you're going to need to have a reputable, like a skill that's hard to be replaced. Or I honestly see that it will get to the point where Congress will have to start passing stuff saying we just can't use AI because we can't function as a society with this.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, it could get to that point. That's when people, the wonderful people we see riding the streets, all of the socialists, because that's obviously worked so well, they're saying, well, we need this kind of system because that's where we're going. I don't personally think that's the answer, but we're going to need to figure something out to make it a sustainable, basically, way of life, or else we're just going to kind of get fucked with it.
Yeah.
You own a robot, and then it goes to do work.
Yes. But then how do you survive?
The robot gives you money, like the Pimp and Hoe example again.
Thank you.
But if robots are printing money, that money's I'm literally speechless. If robots are printing money, that money then becomes meaningless.
No, they're working for the money.
Yeah, they're working for the
So
money.
you
They're
own the
out on the
robot.
streets.
Yes, like I said.
Oh, okay.
They're out in these hard Amish streets,
God.
rolling up fat doinks in Amish.
The Amish
what
are
don't you
not gonna
fucking understand?
Newsflash: the Amish are not going to take
Gang.
the robots.
You don't know. Who knows, dude? Maybe we'll replace the Amish in a few years.
So they're
with
going to be like,
robots.
hey, TV's unacceptable, medical treatment unacceptable, artificial intelligence perfectly fine.
Hell yeah. I mean, I don't want a cell phone, but I will gladly take a fucking robotic Jebediah over here.
I mean, we'll just do the same thing like Fallout did, where you just make a robot that looks like a human, just send it into the world, and just see what it does.
You can be we'll have those butter robots basically all over the place. Like, what's your purpose? Oh, just butter. Pass the butter. And that's
Oh yeah, way to
is.
throw in that Rick and Morty reference, dude.
Yeah. So
be careful, my IQ's not that high.
You're obviously not high enough to understand it.
I wish it was.
Do you watch Rick and Morty? I don't. Yain does.
Dude,
Yeah.
hell yeah, I watch Rick and Morty, dude.
I never got into it. Why is the audience so terrible? Like, why?
I like to call it fandom disease.
Yeah, I guess. But
Yeah, it is.
other shows don't have that. Family Guy doesn't have that. Simpsons doesn't have that. Like,
Well,
other
let me
big
put it to you
shows-
like this. Rick and Morty is a nerd show.
You're not wrong. What about South Park though? They don't have that kind of audience, and I would.
Is
consider
South Park a
similar.
nerd show?
It could be.
It's okay. Rick and Morty has jokes in there that are, I'm not going to say meant for brighter individuals.
Oh no, you're
but
one of them.
You know what? It's like it's like Doctor Who.
Okay.
They make
I'm not
mention
gonna.
of certain things, but
Yeah. I'm talking fandom wise. Like, it's a smart show.
Mhm.
So you pull in the kids you don't sit with at lunch to watch the show. If you know what I mean. You know, the kids who like
Okay, so the
The
anti
My kids.
the
The
deviant
antisocial club.
antisocial deviant class it goes
The
after.
Tumblrers, yes.
Okay.
Also, not to like, it goes to them, and they just blow shit out of proportion.
Yeah,
I mean, dude,
Oh,
it's fucking weird. I'm not even gonna lie. I was watching a video the other day of fucking McDonald's bringing back the Szechuan McNugget dipping sauce,
what
and
a nuts.
some guy jumped up on the counter, screaming, "I want my goddamn Szechuan sauce!"
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to go into seizure mode, screaming, "I'm Pickle Rick," and then making like a wee noise or some weird shit.
Yeah, that's one of the things. Like, I guess the shows, they know what they want to make money, and I think that those creators, from what I've seen of them, they genuinely are smart guys and like what they're doing. But there's also the corporate aspect of it, which, as much as you like it or not, is necessary for life. Where it's just, okay, we have this audience. They are incredibly passionate about this random thing because they are failures, for a better term. I'm not saying they all are, but they're looking for that audience. So they
Just
will
at them
become
next time. Damn.
obsessed with this, and it's going to make us money. And is how they look at it. They kind of basically can just say, "This is our target audience. This is what they want. We're going to give it to them," and then they will make this their new life because they don't have one
Destroy
else.
common worlds.
Basically, yeah.
Basically, if you own a Tumblr, you're kind of fucked right out the gate because that's
Yeah.
all you're gonna see.
Yeah, it's kind of that. Speaking of the best of our society, Tide Pods.
Oh
I
my
have one on my
fucking.
lap right now.
I just started a new nutrition plan, which only Tide Pods. No, I'm kidding.
You started some form of plan though.
Why?
But
Why did Tide Pods erupt all of a sudden?
because it's fucking stupid.
But like, was there a? Because I saw this stuff popping up. Was there like one channel that did it or anything, or did it just naturally?
I think it was the Tide Pod memes, but then like people started to hear that people were eating them. It's children and elderly people with dementia doing it by accident.
Yeah,
And then the kids were like, "Oh wait, there's an actual challenge about this," and then they do it on YouTube and kill themselves.
because
Some people have put it in their mouth as a joke, but it
Yeah.
dissolves in their mouth and they die.
yeah, they don't
People-
understand that. Oh, that's the point of it. It touches water, which is your mouth, and it dissolves and gets you. Because it's been for decades, or however long Tide Pods have existed, it's been known that kids and stuff eat them. So they always
They
say,
look like
"Hey, don't do
candy.
this."
No shit.
So, but why is it a month
Tasty
ago
candy.
the memes and everything started back up? Which one came first, the memes or the eating?
Chicken or the egg?
Meme.
Same thing. So it was the memes first.
Yeah.
So was it just one
Yeah.
of the random, the way the internet works, it just popped out of nowhere again?
Yeah, I think
Yep.
I think it was just big YouTubers put like Tide Pods in their mouth as a joke, and
Okay.
pretended to eat them, and
And
then
it just-
used editing, I guess.
And it just blew up.
Yeah.
It's another thing.
Sadly.
People kind of don't understand what jokes are or not. And I think that goes back to the same thing as the Rick and Morty. YouTube does a really good job at that too. I know Dude Soup, the Funhouse podcast, part of Rooster Teeth, they often say that their podcast is a friendship simulator. Basically, people who don't are really that antisocial type people, and especially like high school kids and everything, they look at the podcast or the Rick and Morty fandom or the Tide Pod jokes as, if I'm part of this, I'm gonna now fit in and I'll be kind of a normal person. So they basically just grab onto that as.
So it's basically like being the kid who takes the joint in the bathroom at high school because people are saying, "Yo, do it. It'll make you cool."
Was that a problem for anyone? Because it wasn't for me. Like, you're taught as a kid where there's every day they're gonna be say no to drugs and everything. It doesn't exist around us.
I don't know, Dan. You remember high school, dude? That shit was
Yeah.
out of whack.
I don't think it was it?
Dude, okay. Let me put it to you like this. I was in gym class one day,
Uh-huh.
and then I had to take a massive fucking shit because
Uh-huh.
Cafeteria food quality.
The best.
So I'm in
Trust
the
me,
stall. I
fellas.
walk in. I'm like, dude, it fucking smells like somebody was smoking a big doink in here.
Mm-hmm. Were they Amish?
So yeah, smoking big doinks in bathrooms. So I'm in there doing my shit. No pun intended.
Ha!
Maybe 2 minutes after I started crowning,
God
one
damn.
of the other gym teachers comes in and is like, "Hey, are you back there smoking?"
Oh,
I
I
was like,
remember
"No,
this
sir."
story.
I was like, "No, sir," and he was like, "You sure?" I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Okay, cool. Keep it like that." And he just fucking walked away. And in my mind, I was like,
Our gym teachers were the best.
I dead ass could have just got away with rolling a big doink
Yeah.
while taking a bigger doink. I
But-
mean,
The whole
Shit.
being peer pressured thing didn't exist. I never saw that or heard anyone talk about it.
You haven't
I
gone to
think-
stay away college, Dan.
Well, that's okay.
There's your problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's people like, if you have it, you want to keep it for yourself. If someone else wants to join, hell yeah, but
Yeah,
you're
throw
not
me in the
giving it
circle,
away.
cuh.
Yeah. Was it a problem at your school, Yan?
I mean, I was an antisocial kid.
Okay.
I heard
Oh
stories
yeah,
of like,
I was. So
That's
yeah,
why
I
you
was the
watch Rick
kid
and
that we
Morty.
wouldn't invite to lunch.
yeah. No, but like I heard stories like people doing cocaine off the toilet
Your
seats
school was
and
pretty
back in
crazy.
school,
I
but
heard a
yeah.
lot of stuff like that. There
Dude.
was a lot of bricks and fights with people getting
Yeah.
seriously injured in bathrooms. The funny thing was, the school that me and Dugan went to, compared to the school Yan went to, everyone considered his school as, oh, this is a great high school, Ivy League level of high school right
Quality.
here. Ours
It's
was,
gonna be
no, you're a
huge.
piece of shit if you go to it, you have no future. Polar opposites. I mean, there's a lot of good kids that
Yeah.
went to your
Okay,
school.
okay.
But
To
our
put this into
school, if you screwed up, you're kicked out. You're done. The littlest thing, you're gone.
To put it into perspective, Yayan went to what's known as a traditional high school.
Yeah.
We went to what's known as a technical high school or a VOTech high school, I guess you'd say,
Exactly.
where we would spend maybe half of a school year learning a specific trade.
Mhm.
I mean, that's me and Dan. Well, all three of us were friends back in like second, third grade, and then
Yeah.
I left the school that we
You
all
left
went
fight
to.
the war.
Vietnam, yeah.
Yeah.
And then me and Dan got reunited in high school because we both joined the same technical field, which
Yes.
was emergency services.
Mhm.
So that's kind of how
Dugan,
we got put
Dugan,
back together.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you for your service.
Go Logan Paul yourself. So,
Warranted.
but as he stated, yeah, like our school was no joke.
Yeah.
I mean, we started with what 400 odd kids in our graduating class, if not more.
419 in our 9th grade year.
419 our freshman year, and by the time we graduated, there was like what 340
I wanna s-
something.
Yeah, I think it was 340. We lost a decent amount.
Yeah,
And
like,
most of them we lost the first year, too.
oh god, yeah. Most of it was because kids think, oh, okay, yeah, let's go do some dumb shit.
Mhm.
No,
And there was an amount that went to the school, too, because they heard, oh, you don't have to do anything half the year. And it's not it's 6 days and 6 days back and forth. But it's, oh, you don't have to do anything for half the year. I'm going to do here and screw around. Where that can't work. You go into some shops, I'm not naming names, marketing, you don't do shit for 4 years. You basically just kind of screw around and do whatever, so you can kind of get away with it. But our shop, we had certifications
my
we did.
god.
We were certified EMTs. We went through Fire 1 training, got law enforcement stuff, emergency medical response, hazmat. We got all those certifications. We were doing physical training almost every day, book work
Oh,
almost
God.
every day, too. So there was a ton
More
of
than
stuff.
almost every day. Try every day.
Yeah, book work definitely every day. So there was a lot of downtime we had where we could have fun, but we were also doing stuff constantly because our shop had the reputation of, oh, you guys don't do anything in that shop, but we get probably the most certifications. I would definitely argue the most complicated and most important, and that's
Dude.
obviously biased
Oh.
us saying it. But
It's not biased. I think it's true.
yeah, I agree. But
You need
It's also
emergency
us.
personnel.
you do, and that's one thing. Going back to the AI and stuff, we can't be replaced.
Oh god, yeah. You
The
can't have fucking
technology can
robots.
help us to make it a lot safer for us, but you still need humans for that kind of stuff. That's the one
Yeah.
field, especially law enforcement more than anything. You need people for that.
Christ already. Yeah, but
Just
so
RoboCop.
Yeah.
oh god,
RoboCop's
yes,
so
yes,
important.
because RoboCop worked out perfectly the first time, so they decided to make more.
Yeah, again, money grab. So
was-
speaking
it-
of RoboCops and technology
was
that betters
huge.
people's lives, VR is.
Oh god.
I like it because it's
Virtual
cool
reality.
technology, but I'm concerned for what it means for the future. I genuinely am. What I mean by that, especially your paradise, Dugan, Japan, VR can be used for basically if you are that kind of odd person or you don't want to do anything, you
Talking
can
about
like
porn?
just live in VR basically and not have
Oh,
to
hell
interact
yeah.
with anyone for the rest of your life. Like that's bad. That's a problem.
I mean, yeah, it kind of fucking is. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Like, I
It's an
can't.
addiction then.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a porn.
no,
But,
you are right. It gets to that point. And this is the same thing. Anything in moderation, like video games, anything can be used as that. So it takes that wrong person to get used to it. I just feel like it's going to make it, I don't want to say acceptable, but very accessible to be that type of bad behavior and be successful at the same, successful as in you're making it. Kind
Twitch
of.
streaming it.
Yeah, that kind
Shut
of
up.
and
stuff.
get donations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you leave. Hey, you leave Twitch alone.
Like, people could argue that YouTube's that already. It's like, oh, these people don't have any real-world skills. They just play video games all day, and they're successful. They're being
I
rewarded
mean,
Hey,
for that.
Logan Paul is a master artist.
He's a
Yeah.
master at media. You can't argue that. They know
He's
what
a
they're
master
doing.
of memeing.
True.
Let's
They,
be real
they
here.
know their audience. They know those 11 to 15-year-olds are like, oh my god, this person's my life. So they follow it. It works. PewDiePie's the same way.
Yeah.
They act as your
Yeah.
friend. They get you in, and that's how. And they get
They
views
yell
from it.
profanities.
Yeah. It's like, oh,
I mean,
look
shit.
at what I'm watching.
Oh, look, Ma.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm 9 years old and I just heard someone say the fucking C
Oh
word.
no. Yeah, but it's that exact kind of stuff. Have any of you guys used VR? Because I have not.
No, I've been seeing a lot of shit on it though. And
I watch videos on it. I've never actually done it though.
My roommate's
I-
selling it. I might buy it.
How much are you buying it for?
Christ.
3.
And what is it, a Vive?
No, Oculus.
Oh, okay.
So,
That's
yeah,
about. I mean,
yeah.
last time I checked, the Oculus Rift was about what, $399?
Yeah.
$399, whereas the HTC Vive,
Is
not the
$600.
Pro, is about $600
Mhm.
on Amazon Prime, by the way.
Yes.
But now, the fucking HTC Vive Pro
Mhm.
just came out.
It's not out yet, is it?
Wireless. I think it
just
is.
came out.
Well, they released it, I mean.
Let me look at. Let me do
But-
some moderating here. Stand by.
But apparently it has a fucking wireless feature. The fucking things you. I don't even know. I'm just going to call them the goggle portions. Where they rest on your face. It's a lot more comfortable. And they have a thing, like slits in it, so you can wear your glasses when you play.
So the Vive Pro got 22 awards from CES. More
dope.
comfortable. Let's look at more stuff.
Hey, Dan.
Doesn't even
Fuck
say.
you.
And let's see if there's anything else. And the
But-
other cool thing about the Vive is how it's the lighthouses they use.
Hmm?
The way the Vive works, the Oculus is just a headset. The Vive is a headset, controllers, and lighthouses, which are sensors you
Oh.
put in your room to pick up where you are. So the Vive is going to have a wireless adapter. I don't know if that's going to be standard or not.
It has
I
to
think
be.
it either has to be or they're going to give you the option for both.
Because this
That's
is saying
like
the
a
Vive
safety net.
wireless adapter. So maybe it'll come with the new Vive and you can use it on old. No, it's not going to work on old ones. I doubt it. Yeah, I'm just looking here.
I didn't see a release date when I looked just now.
But
Yeah, I don't think it's out yet.
The-
If it was just
the
at
future-
CES, it's definitely not out.
virtual reality is the future of gaming. Let's just be fucking real
Yes.
here.
It definitely
mean,
is.
We are now just getting into it. Imagine what it's going to be like in, I'm just going to say 5 years from now.
Yeah, I don't think video games, I mean, it will change, obviously. I think normal video games will still exist.
It's
VR,
either going to be virtual reality or mixed reality.
I think at first AR, augmented reality, which is the mixed reality, is definitely going to be more prevalent than VR will be. It
yeah.
seems a little bit more, I don't want to say accessible, but it just kind of seems more doable. Like the HoloLens, I think Windows announced years ago.
I don't know,
For like
dude. There's like a
Minecraft and everything,
fuck
where you
ton.
could do it in your living room, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
kinda-
Minecraft.
yeah. What about Fallout 4 was just released in VR?
I've
It looks
not
pretty
heard.
good, actually.
Does it?
I haven't heard anything
Yeah.
good on it.
The gameplay I looked at, it didn't look good. Like it didn't. I didn't like Fallout 4's graphics. That's the main reason I didn't get it. It just didn't seem like it was good enough graphics to be a AAA game when it came out. But the graphics in the VR were a lot worse.
Yeah, well, think about it
Or
like
it's in your
this.
face.
Oh, what I
Yeah.
heard was the people who are making the game. Now, I could be completely wrong. I am getting this off of a fucking video I watched.
Okay.
These people, when they were designing the game, they were making it on a 4K monitor at 1080p,
Okay.
which people don't necessarily have those kind of computers that they're running the game on.
hmm
So the graphics go to shit.
I mean, if they're making it at 1080p though, that's the norm. So I don't think it should be a massive problem. for
Hey,
them.
don't quote me on it, dude. I'm not here right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Shit.
it definitely is a problem though, because like, especially with PC gaming has this problem more than anything, where Xboxes, PS4s, you put it in as one system. With PC gaming, to optimize it properly, there are tens of thousands of combinations of different graphics cards, processors, memory, motherboard types, where they really have to get this game like beautiful. Where if they released the best they could, there would be probably 80% of the systems wouldn't be able to properly run it. So they have to kind of dilute it to make it possible to play. Like that's why you see like Rainbow Six and everything has the 4K texture packs and all of that. So for people that do have the computers that are beefy enough to run anything, then they can download those extra 60 gigabytes, which is insane, to be able to play the game
Christ.
at its kind of true potential.
You know, I'm perfectly fine sitting here on my MSI computer playing fucking.
Oh, that can run the 4K texture pack, definitely.
Dude,
You're probably good, yeah.
like, I just got this laptop, and I am absolutely in fucking love
They're
with it.
phenomenal. I have basically the same specs as yours. I think you actually have a better processor than mine, and
I
it'll run
don't
anything.
know.
It'll run literally
Granted,
anything
I
you throw it at.
Still need to activate Windows.
Yeah, that's
And I've had
odd.
the thing for like almost a month now.
I think as you got yours custom made by, what was it, iBuyPower?
iBuyPower.com, baby.
Yeah,
Hell
I just
yeah.
bought mine off the shelf from Best Buy, so it was all ready to go. It's from MSI directly.
My name Danny. I buy things from Best Buy.
Well, I
Fuck this guy.
I bought a Dell computer first, a Dell XPS.
Oh, there's your
14.
problem.
And you're right. And I get it, and it doesn't turn on. So I called Dell up, like, oh, well, we're going to have to take a look at it. I ship it back. I was going to the mountains for that weekend. I was going on vacation, a house, so I wasn't camping or anything. And I was like, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to be able to use my laptop and everything. So I can't do that. I got really pissed off from that. Send it back to them. They say, oh, the motherboard shot, which literally means everything inside is done. They have to take everything apart, put a new motherboard in, and do it again. I get the laptop back 2 weeks later, the same exact problem. Nothing's fixed. I personally think they just didn't do anything. Whatever the issue was, I called them back and I was like, listen, you guys didn't fix it. This is absurd. I needed this laptop. Just give me my money back. And like, okay, well, we'll mail you a thing. We'll overnight it back to us. We'll be able to refund you your money. They get it back, right? And I needed it for the beginning of school. This is probably the the beginning of August at this point. I had like 2 more weeks left. They say, okay, well, we got your laptop back. It's going to take us 30 days to refund you the $2,000 that this laptop cost. I got a nice one. I got one of the top-of-the-line versions that they had. So this $2,000 is just suspended in midair. And I probably spent 4 hours on more than 4 hours. 4 hours just at the end. I spent hours before that just arguing with them and trying to like, listen, you have my property and my money. I have nothing. Refund me my money. This is absurd. You guys have it. It's shown. You've inspected it. It's everything. This needs to go back now. I eventually got to the point they gave me the right person where they got my money back so I could get the other laptop, but that was the worst customer service and just product experience I have. I will never recommend a Dell product to anyone else because of that. I rarely do that. I rarely get, it's like, oh, I'll never come here again, but that was such a bad experience with them, I refuse to buy Dell from now on.
Well, it looks like this video's getting flagged.
Yeah, the Dell overlord.
Yeah. Christ almighty.
Yeah, well, that's
Jesus
a
Christ.
great thing to end it on, a Dell rant.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Is it?
That was an interesting episode, I'd
Yes,
say.
it was. We kind of went over every topic there. So let's talk a little bit in general. What is this podcast going to be? Because we never really talked about that in the beginning. What are our topics going to be?
Everything that we've lived, everything that we've regret,
Mm-hmm.
everything we feel like fucking talking about.
Okay, so basically everything. There's going to be a lot of entertainment stuff, some political stuff, but not a ton.
Nothing that'll get us hung. Let's
exactly.
go with that.
Societal stuff, experiences.
A lot of college stuff.
I was going to say,
'cause,
we're
you
all
know,
in college, so there'll be a lot of that kind of stuff thrown in and about
Yeah.
there. So that's going to kind of be what you guys can expect from our podcast here. Our goal is to get out one episode a week. It will be on this YouTube channel here, Liveregretrepat. So if you guys are interested, definitely give us a subscribe there. Like the video if you liked it. And hopefully we will see you guys again next week. Hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
No
We've
problem.
lived it, we regretted it, and we'll repeat it to you next time.
Absolutely. See you guys later.
Bye.